CEO of Kakao and look into that question.
안녕하세요. 카카오의 이재범입니다.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lee Jae-bum from Kakao. This is the second time that I am participating in the Seoul Digital Forum. The first time back in 2011 when I was speaking, I was talking about the philosophy of Kakao, what we want to pursue, which is to create a better world together. So during the last 2 years, we have been contemplating that task. And the solution or the answer was in terms of creating a platform of symbiosis or coexistence. So that is what we are focusing on. Kakao's mission of creating a better world, we have two major directions that we are pursuing. The first one is to contribute to that goal by providing innovation for communication, and a major example is Kakao. $5.2 billion. This is the number of text messages, photos, and videos that are put up on Kakao. If we were to translate that into a paid SMS message fee, that would be about 100 billion won worth of transactions. Well, you are actually using some kind of a data network, so you're paying for it in one way or another, but nevertheless, it's a huge amount or a huge size. Many of you are using KakaoTalk to exchange information or send messages, whether it be from your friends and family here in Korea or somebody who is overseas. So by creating a new innovative way of communicating, many people are more freely able to communicate with each other so that the relationship can become strengthened, and thereby contributing to making the world a little more warm. That is one of the ways that we are pursuing that goal. But that is not the end of the story. We cannot cover everything with just innovation of communication platform only. So we wanted to focus on the second area, which is creating a platform for symbiosis. In order to make a better world, why is there a need for a platform for symbiosis? To answer that question, we have to look back in history. 7 years ago, when Kakao was first established, there were 4 people in the company. And in 2010, when KakaoTalk was launched, there were maybe 10 people in the organization. For the first 3 years, we created a web service, and there were many challenges that we had to go through. But many of our projects failed dismally. The best team, well, we thought we were the best team in the world. 15 people gathered together, working day and night, but every project failed. So people started to get very tired, frustrated, and very disappointed. But we looked around what was happening around us, and we saw that many of the venture companies, the startup companies, were all going through these types of failures, and many of them had disappeared. So we thought about what was the problem? Is it because we were not working hard enough? Because we were not capable enough, or we weren't talented enough? But actually, that was the dark ages for startup companies. When a new startup company wants to try something, it's impossible to do that during this age. The web ecosystem was dominated by portals, and they were providing all the services themselves, which means that a new startup company didn't have any opportunity to start anything. They weren't able to start, therefore they couldn't survive, and that is why it was truly the dark ages. After 2-3 years, they all started to disappear. And it was at that time that I fully understood an ecosystem of symbiosis where everyone can live together. That is what we need. If the mobile era did not open up at that point in time, Kakao would not be here and I would not be here today. Last week, Mr. Ho Young-man had an interview. He's a famous cartoonist. And in the interview, he said that the market for cartoons is completely destroyed because there are portal sites that are providing cartoons free of charge. And if he doesn't succeed in this mobile version that he is working on right now, then there is no more future for him, which means that Mr. Ho Young-man will not be able to make any more cartoons that we have enjoyed until now. And while I was reading this interview, I was upset. For the content creators, people who want to make contents, they have a passion, they have so many efforts that they're putting into their lives, but they are not able to do so because there is no platform. So Mr. Ho's story and what we went through 6-7 years ago during the dark ages for startup companies, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more other stories and examples. So what I wanted to say here is that it's not a philosophy of pursuing common prosperity. It's really an issue of survival. So we have to pursue a platform of symbiosis. It's a necessity, not just some grandiose philosophy. I would like to introduce to you the success story of one developer. This developer who was very successful in a big company, he came out of that company and with some of his friends made a game. They developed a wonderful game. Kakao looked at this game and we thought it was a wonderful game. So first we proposed working together, but they were denied because that developer said, well, I wanted to make a wonderful game. It's not because I want to make money or sell my company over to you that I came out of the company that I used to work for. But after much persuasion by our employees, it did come onto the platform and 10 million people started to play the game within just 1 month. And over $1 million of revenue was recorded during that period. This is a success story that everyone heard about. And through the story, many, many startup companies moved over to the mobile side. Many people working in fine companies in Korea quit their jobs, came out and started to develop these games. Now people started to dream about success. And that fed other people's dreams once again. And this seems to be the platform of symbiosis. This screen, what you see here, 2 days ago, I captured this from Google Play. These are the top 10 games, business-wise most successful games. And they are all partners of Kakao. And among the 10, 4 are developed by individuals or small companies. 10 million people and above, that kind of record rate was achieved by these 6 games. Anipang, Dragonfly, and other types of games that you see here were mostly developed by small companies. I believe that this is the power of the platform of symbiosis. If Kakao, for example, went in there by itself trying to make games on our own, or if we did not have a partnership with these companies but wanted to just win them over and make them ours, this would not have happened. And this is why I believe that a company that pursues symbiosis needs to have a philosophy. We have 2 philosophies that we are pursuing. Let me introduce them to you. The first one is, and I think you've heard this, you have to lose the flour to let the fruit ripen, and you have to leave the water, you have to leave the river to get to the ocean. If you want to do everything on your own, then you're doomed for failure. The game and content distributors need to stay at that distribution level instead of having the urge to do everything on your own, to own everything. That greed, you have to let go of that greed in order to truly create the platform of Symbiosis. The second philosophy. Well, all entrepreneurs have a question in their mind, and that becomes the philosophy of that company, and that will decide the destiny of that company. Many entrepreneurs think about this question: what should we make and how should we sell it? However, if you are pursuing Symbiosis, then you have a completely different mentality and question. It is, who should we let in and how can we connect with them? I think that that is the most important question, and the first question that we should all keep in our minds. Many people are focused only on maximizing their profits. However, entrepreneurs who focus on Symbiosis should think about the partners that are in our platform, the pie that we share together. How can we maximize the growth of the pie? These are the two questions that we need to have in our minds. Even now, in our office, 400 people in Kakao are working fiercely to look at the challenges that lie ahead for us to create that platform of Symbiosis. One of them is looking at contents distribution and trying to resolve the problem that the cartoonist Mr. Hall was talking about. The first is Kakao page. Many people who have contents, for example, writers or photographers, they have a major barrier in front of them, which is to create that web page for them. So without developing an application in a very easy and simple manner, people can create contents and put them up on Kakao page. And that content can be distributed and shared through Kakao Talk and Kakao Story. What you see here, for example, recipes and videos and these types of contents are all being put up. But this is still a relatively new platform. We have a lot to cover and improve in the future. However, content creators, their work and their passion should be recognized and rewarded. And there are many things that we will have to do in order to make that possible. The second one is Chatting Plus. This is another project that we are pursuing. In Kakao Talk's chatting rooms, many applications can be connected. Evernote has decided to enter into partnership with us, and that's a part of Chatting Plus. For example, you're chatting with your friends in that chatting room, but if you swipe or touch a button, then many applications will pop up. And then you can choose, for example, the game of ladders. And then while you are chatting, you can enter into a game with your friends, or you can make a drawing and send it to your friends, or create a memo on Evernote and put it up so that other friends in the chatting room can share it. So these partner companies' applications can be linked together, and this is Chatting Plus platform, an application joint platform. Let me tell you about the story of a man who proposed to the woman that he loves. This is not my story, by the way. So he was contemplating, okay, how am I going to propose to her? So in Kakao Place, he looks for a place that he wants to give her the big question, and he makes a reservation, and then he creates a Kakao album with all the precious moments that they shared together. And then through Kakao Shopping, he shops for flowers and the ring. And then from Kakao Book, he creates the contents and chooses the music or the song that he wants to play. And through Kakao Talk group chatting, he links up with friends who will make that event possible together with him. So some of these products are actually into the future. So it's not something that is available as of now. This is not just the story of one man wanting to propose to his the love of his life, but there are many other types of elements that can be translated into this platform of Symbiosis that we are dreaming for. So creating all these diverse platforms, and through the platforms, growing together with our partners, this is the challenge that lies ahead for our company. Within 3 years, to work together with 1 million partners around the world, that is our goal. If anyone who has a dream wants to achieve success, then he should be able to try, and that is what we want to pursue. Thank you.